Hey everyone, welcome to Swimming in Stars Astrology. I'm your host, EP Archer, and today is a very special and important day, a day of high energy, a day of passion, a day of fire, of igniting, a day of initiations. It's the new moon in Aries. So I know it is a little bit, I don't know, ironic, not ideal to be all cooped up and dealing with a health challenge, a pandemic at this time when we so want to express our fire and be individualized and go out into the world and make a difference. But I'd like to share with you some ways that you can definitely do that. And I'd like to share with you some possibilities for rituals, techniques, cleansings, and clearings, just to get you set up for this new moon in Aries, because it's not just the new moon of the month, it's the new moon of the entire astrological year. And I want to just be right here with you, exploring that and being able to harness. We always talk about harnessing energy, to be able to harness that energy for yourself, for your family, for your pets, for your environment, for others. And really, we can harness this globally, and make a huge difference in this shift to springtime and this shift to a new astrological year. So 2020 has been challenging, the official calendar year so far, but we can make the astrological year of 2020 have a really big impact, in a healthy way, in an inspiring way, in a pioneering way. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen with you here. We've got the chart for the new moon. New moon, new year for astrology. I love this chart. Ours is created for Denver. It's in the Porphyry house system. But I'm just going to draw your attention to a few different things on the chart. First of all, we've got a Capricorn rising. And you know what that means? That means being able to be powerful out in the world. It's at 18 degrees. When we think of numbers, and numerology, 18 is a combination. 8 plus 1 is 9, and 9 plus 9 is 18. And 9 is the number for humanitarianism and humanism. And Capricorn is powerment and empowerment. Having your own personal power reflect that which is empowering to the world, basically. So going out and being a leader. And we've got Jupiter and Pluto and Mars, all in that first house, along with Saturn, which has just moved into Aquarius. We've had the Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn for quite a while. And Saturn moving to Aquarius means establishing the structure for all of humanitarians, for all of humanity, excuse me. um, anyway, it's to create a shift that's global and for all of us. You know what I mean? So normally Saturn, like in a personal sign, would indicate a lot of hard work, structure, creating a legacy for yourself and for the future. But Saturn in one of the more, the later signs, is giving this vibe of, first of all, it was here to start empowering us. So have we been through a lot of struggles? Have we been through hard times? Yes. Why? Because we need to look at our world and our interaction with humans in a different way. We need to be able to harness energy that is togetherness and empowerment of all people. And so I know it feels ironic if you're cooped up in home, like, well, how do I create empowerment for everybody when I'm stuck in the house? It's like the universe is forcing us to have different ways of connecting and different ways of healing and different modalities, where we might just go to our favorite restaurant, or we might go out with friends, or there might be a lot of different things we might do to avoid or to self-medicate or to, I don't know, escape in some way. It's sort of like you can't really escape yourself in this confined space and what we're facing in the world today. And that pressure from the universe is like, hey, this is to make you more powerful. This is so that you can, not just endure to get by and try to go back to the way things were. The true test of empowerment is to be able to harness the change needed to make a huge difference in the world. And there's a lot of change in the world that needs to happen. And I always believe a lot in the pendulum theory, where it swings off to one side, it gets really extreme. There's been a lot of things in politics in America, in what we're dealing with, that have been extreme. And this Uranus and Taurus is here, and Uranus and Taurus is sort of like, we're going to shake things up. Anything that's Taurian. So Venus, like relationship, our relationship with ourself, with others, with plants, with animals, with health, with dis-ease. And I always like to point out the word disease is dis-ease. There's dis-ease going on right now, and there is a virus, which is this communicable sense of fear. Really, right? Of course, it affects our health, and of course, it's a concern and precautions, but really, there's an element of fear that's being transmitted. And the way that we combat that is, not to be like frivolous and just say, no, it's not going to ever happen to me, or I'm going to leave the house no matter what. And not the other way, I'm just going to be cooped up forever and my life is over, I'm sad. The way is to take that and to say, how can I shift and change in order to be empowered through that? And I think change is really important for power that creates evolutionary possibilities for all of us. And so draw your attention to that, Capricorn. If you look at the bottom of the chart, that's right where we have a little new moon right there. And so if I just draw with my little fun arrows here, down here, that's where we got the new moon. It's in the third house, peeps. The third house is the house of communication. How will I be inspiring and pioneering in the way that I communicate with myself and others, in the way that communication goes in and out? And I think it's so interesting that the opposite of Aries is Libra, right? So you might expect the midheaven of this chart, the how we're going out in the world, to be Libra, but it is in fact Scorpio. I love Scorpio midheaven for this. The Scorpio midheaven means that it's transformation out in the world, and it's transformation through deep recognition and healing. It's so awesome because what we're faced with, that's what's needed. And it's almost like these circumstances beyond our control have asked us to look at the outside world in a deeper way, in a healing way, in a transformative way. How do I connect with people on a deep level if I'm not in their personal space? And how do I make that real? And how do I make an effort that can make a change for a lifetime? I know a lot of you that run businesses that are in a building, in a structure. Capricorn is a structure, and Saturn is a structure. So running business that's in a building, you're now faced with maybe running a business from home or online. And at first, like for me personally, I was just like, oh my goodness, I got to get a new fancy microphone. I got to do all these things to be able to translate and transmute what I do on a level where I can still get in touch with people in a personal way. And Capricorn is the perfect structure for that. But then having Saturn in Aquarius is awesome because Aquarius is also computer and engineering and systems that affect us globally in a very much more intelligent way than we could have dreamed, like having these amazing linkages. So I think it's so cool that Saturn has moved into Aquarius in this time where we all need to sort of diversify and be online. And what if this is forcing the change that your business needed to make to be able to survive the next 10 years or the next 5 years or the next 20 years? I love to think about change in that way. It's like, I have to make this change and it's hard and I've got this, learning curve of technology. But what if that learning curve is forcing me to get in the place where I really need to get to be able to help people? I can now help people across the globe because I've diversified how my structure is. And that's also your identity out in the world, your powerful identity. So being able to be out in the world in a powerful way, regardless of limitations, because Capricorn doesn't see limitations. It just sees, I'm going to do this. Okay, there was a block. All right, I'm over here. Okay, the river over the brook. Okay, I built this. Oh, that fell down. Okay, I'm over here. And over time, what that looks like is success, and it looks like empowerment, and it looks like this foundation. Whereas if we can get off into the weeds with our emotions, or with feeling really sensitive, either inside or outside, water or fire, what happens is we start something and then we get discouraged and we don't finish it, or we're so inside processing that we can't get outside to start something. So all of the signs, I'm super encouraging you to harness that Capricorn energy and the Aries energy sort of in tandem. Because the Aries energy of fire and initiation and inspiration hooked up with that never giving up, creating a structure and responsibility for the future of being all that we are, is a great match. So the other really cool thing is Venus. Venus being in Taurus is amazing because Taurus is like the sign of sensuality, of being connected in a physical way, in a way that is cognizant and loving and nurturing of nature, being able to plant seeds and manifest. And of course, Taurus is ruled by Venus. So Venus is in one of her home signs. Venus is about expressing feminine energy. And when I say feminine, I mean energy that is receptive to what's happening around in a very sensitive way, in a way that is able to meet the needs of others, in a way that's able to care for others. Um, and in a way that is able to take what's inside and use it for good, a way that we can feel good about ourselves, taking care of others. And so having Venus be in Taurus is a beautiful placement for right now. It's great that we have a trine. Finally, we've had lots of squares in astrology, but right now we have a trine from Venus to Jupiter. So I can just show you that on the screen here in the chart. And it's a pretty awesome feature of the chart for today that we're looking at. So if we look right here at Venus, she's in the fourth house in Taurus. And then we've got within 3 degrees Jupiter, within 4 degrees Pluto, and within 5 degrees Mars. And so let's talk about the combination of those energies. First of all, Venus and Jupiter are benefic planets. They are the planets of blessing. They are the planets that get to make things feel good and expand and make things financially sound. And Taurus is about creating that sense of self-worth and that sense of worth in general. And Capricorn is building a structure. So it's like if you are willing to care for your family and just to be in this time of caring, and to figure out a way to navigate what we're navigating with a sense of care, and a sense of planting seeds to manifest for the future, that's going to be empowering, and that's going to help you be very successful in all the ways during this time. Pluto's about transformation. It's like, do we want to be traumatized by this? Do we want to be in fear, or do we want to be in love? Do we want to transform? Do we want to take this weight and pressure, and make it this huge transformation in us, this way of dealing with trauma that means on the other side of the trauma, I'm bold and I'm powerful and I made it through this and now I'm stronger. And Mars is the willingness to take action that leads to results. Mars in Capricorn isn't about taking action like I'm so mad I'm going to hit someone. Mars in Capricorn is like the action that I take over time empowers me. And I love that placement, and I love those trines that are happening right now. And so there's so many things we could talk about in all the charts, but I guess I just want to emphasize this inspiration to heal together, this inspiration to communicate in a new way, and to be able to establish these structures to heal together. Just keep in mind, this isn't just for right now, today, on the new moon. This is for the next few days, for you to incept, for you to intend, for you to ritualize, for you to ask and call upon, to incantations, for magic, for spells, for healing, for rituals, for rites, for ceremonies. Please do something to honor this energy and just set it out into the universe, whether that's saying it out loud, writing it on a piece of paper, or journaling. Lighting a fire would be so awesome. We're going to do some ritual and some ceremony at our house, that just includes fire and cleansing, and herbs and incense, and being able to set our energy to say, hey, universe, we feel this energy, we're in alignment with it, and we're going to move forward in this way. And so I very much encourage you to do self-care, to do acts outside of yourself with others that you're close to, with people over Facebook, with whatever you have, whatever medium you have, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, social media, whatever. But get out there and let's connect and let's make a difference and let's set some fire in our hearts and in our souls, and out in the world today, because we are the ones to make a change first here inside, by harnessing that love and harnessing that initiation, of a new future together. So I'll see you on the Swimming in Stars Facebook group. We have a free astrology group. Please join us there. You can also find me eparcher.com, and emerypace.com for all your metaphysical, musical, shamanistic, ritualistic, all the things that we can do to connect in a deeper way. I hope to see you there soon.